Welcome everybody, this is your Strategy Wolf, and welcome back to Victoria 3, and welcome back to our Mexican Republic under the current president Valeriano Caserta in the year 1892. And yeah, welcome back to our project. And before we get into the game, I want to have a little bit of a disclaimer, since I'm just wondering about your interest, guys, and I'm aligning a little bit with my own. Since when I'm producing, it's just like 2 weeks to go until the Spheres of Influence is about to release the new DLC and the new patch 1.7, and we're still playing with 1.5.13, not even 1.6, which was just not that major. It wasn't really worth skipping that. However, I wonder how you want me to continue, or what you want to do. I always mention, of course, I'm going to finish this one. We've got 38 years left to go, and now I'm kind of feel like probably won't finish in time, depending a little bit on my recording speed. So what I wonder is, because we are already quite late, and I feel like endgame is a lot of times with the AI not that interesting, to be honest, since the other countries just don't develop well, as if you compare with multiplayer, which I play a lot of times, the endgame can be way more realistic and interesting. However, I also don't want to give this away too easily. I like the game a lot. I'm having great fun with you guys, and I know a couple of you are really regular watchers, viewers, so I would like to know your opinion. What you want to see? Do you want me to end this game until 1836, yeah, under all costs, or shall we just find a good point where to stop, and then let's say stop? I'm sure we're gonna make it in the 20th century, but let's say if I find a good point where things stay acceptable, maybe we should stop, and then I shall rather restart with Spheres of Influence, because I guess a lot of people can't wait to see that. And to be honest, me myself, I'm also quite interested to get going and play it. So let me know what you think, if you're fine with let's say a little bit earlier end, or do you want to finish this one and see how we're gonna look in 1936? So thank you already. Like, let me know down in the comments. Write me a quick comment, text, whatever you feel like. Would be fantastic to give me some feedback for this. Thank you so much for this, and yeah, let's get in. So what's going on right now? We've just made a huge jump last episode with our standard of living due to our increased ambulances that we pulled out, and now also our financial situation improved a lot since then. Since I don't know if it's coming from maybe our consumption taxes that just went up after the standard of living went up, so the people are spending more money on other goods. This is my quick explanation. To be honest, I don't really know. This came in, sometimes this comes in a little bit surprising. Also, once again, if you know, let me know. And on the other hand, we are like, oh, what we're doing right now is building up some more rubber plantations, since rubber price was quite high, and definitely I want to utilize our natural resources. Then some universities, and then, yeah, as you see, some more plantations coming out. That's basically what we're up to now. I haven't changed a lot over here, but we definitely want to, yeah, export more and maybe make this company here also. I really want to have this extra plantation throughput also. So I would like to make this one profitable. So for this, we need to build up more and start exporting more. That's what's going on the economic side, whilst we are enacting poor laws, partially to pacify a couple of people, since poor laws are actually wanted by the industrialists, by the Catholic Church, and the petit bourgeois, I think. So yeah, we are pacifying the church, while the landowners got just recently a little bit more aggressive, but with the 6%, I highly doubt they're gonna start a new revolution, or this should be a revolucionito that we can handle, as we did with others before. Oh yeah, and of course I started already. We're getting in, because yeah, and also I think I'm trying to stay at a speed 4. Yeah, sometimes you miss little details, but Mexico isn't too huge, so I think we're gonna see still the most important developments. Okay, Great Britain and Spain are rivals now. The floating harbor has been developed, and then I guess I pause when I want to read something to you or have a closer look, as you know already. The floating harbor. By keeping a dock at a constant level along a tidal waterways, ships can more quickly dock and transfer goods without having to consider relative changes between the waterway levels and docks. Sure, more harbor level. However, we haven't reached our levels yet. But we just extended some harbors. Yeah, our convoy level isn't too good. And I think actually I'm gonna build some more all through the, let's have a look at the election in a second, all throughout the country where we have workforce, doesn't hurt. And as I mentioned, I want to, here's no workforce. I want to export more, so yeah, it's gonna be relevant. We have a really good coastline, so herefore it's absolutely fantastic. Alright, yeah, the government, we've had once again, the Liberal Party won the election, so basically we don't have another option, we're gonna stick with them, which is absolutely fine, even though we could get the armed forces now into our system since the caudillos are gone. By the way, interesting Prussian helmet. Well, I'm not an expert, but it looks pretty Prussian to me. Isn't there like an eagle even on top and with the Pickelhaube? Yeah, I don't know if the Mexicans adopted some kind of this style, but... Or is it the Mexican eagle? The one eating the snake? I don't know. If somebody of you is a military historian from Mexico, let me know if you had Pickelhauben as well over there at this point in history. I can't really tell. And yeah, as I know myself, I'm not going to look it up, to be honest. But yeah, and another migration wave incoming Maghrebi people here to Veracruz. Interesting. But look at that, how many people are coming right now. Bihari, Danish, and Rajput, Gujarati, and Maghrebi. Yeah, mainly Indians. And once again, sorry, don't feel offended if I just subsume everybody as Indian. I know it's way more difficult than this, I guess. But okay. The grassroots support for the law. The political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for poor laws has spread like wildfire across Mexico, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. They're backing what now? Well, who are we to complain? While the support was never a prerequisite for success, it sure does not hurt to have it either. Public enthusiasm expedites reform, or use this common ground to calm the masses. And this case, we're definitely going to use this common ground to calm the masses. Wow, lower strata in entire Mexico, more loyalist. We're talking about Mexico country, right? Yep, not state, sometimes confusing. This should help us a lot. Let's have a look at the effect. Yeah, 400,000, yeah, and less radicals. Bueno, this is really nice. Yeah, probably not the landowners, they were not really lower class, but this should be an effect that we shall see an effect all through the country. Let's have a look. Yeah, in the Central Americas down there, I feel like Nicaragua and Honduras and Guatemala turned a little bit less radical. Well, we shall see. And our financial situation over here seems to stabilize really at a solid plus right now. Really good to see. So, let's see where our... quickly this goes. Yeah, you see rubber's still quite expensive. Oil and glass too. Glass, really? But there's some in construction already. Oh yeah, in Mexico. And what I was saying, we'd still pay 6,000 in interest for this debt level we do have right now. Of course, I could increase our production a bit as well, since we still have some room to wiggle around here with the steel frame. Yeah, and oh, there's something else. We finished our academies, our art academies I started last time, so we have the event. We come to this in a second. We can wiggle around, but I think, let's see how quickly I get. I will wait a little bit at least to optimize our balance over here. But yeah, before that, the thought, the word, and the ideal. Those who seek to think boldly and freely are increasingly finding Mexico to be one of the safest places to explore their ideas. Have you read the filth laid out this post-poem about the Mexican president? Outrageous. Outrageous! Written by one of his countrymen too. Can you imagine? I got a copy for myself. Someone needs to keep an eye on these libertines. The Mexican government certainly isn't. An utopia for the modern artist. The new Colossus. Arts Academy building throughput, okay. Or a place where research is unimpeded by tradition. Yeah, I mean, first idea would definitely go for the research, but we are at the cap, right? Here, of course, we would get innovation, and if we have more than the cap, it would spread into our technology spread. But I'm, to be honest, also not 100% sure about how the mechanics work over here. So yeah, this is one university building. We do have way more universities, right? Than okay, 15 than the arts academies. Yeah. So definitely go for the university throughput, even though I'm not 100% sure where this is going. Let's do this. And we've got new Colossus. Let's have a quick look at this one. What we need to do for new Colossus. No migration controls, okay, and freedom of conscience. Wait, but do we have total separation or wait, we're even one further than this and this doesn't count? That's odd. Or am I... No, I have total separation, sorry guys. I was... Oh, basically we just need no migration control to trigger even more. Yeah, I guess I'll go for this. This shouldn't be too big of a problem, I guess. In the meantime, oh nope. Something else. Pablo Lerdo de Tejada, the leader of the trade unions, has retired. Yeah, I guess he was... What was he? Politically unaligned. Okay, he was moderated. Okay, now we've got Melchior Arguello. Arguello? Ayo? I'm with the... This is in German, it's a Ü, but I don't know, to be honest, how it's... I rarely see this in Spanish. I feel like this is Catalan or Basque or Galician. Well, they're not that happy anymore, so we lost our Bonai here. Can we moderate him and make him... yeah, we could. His predecessor was a moderate, right? Once again, I'm not 100% sure if this will actually... This would be nice to see if the moderation, how much this would actually do. I mean, if the other one was a... So the quick look over here. I guess the social... Where do... Yeah, census suffrage. Probably he wants more voting rights. What we also want for the... country. What is the moderate? Okay, let's have a quick look. I know it's not the first time I'm doing this, sorry guys, but give me the stances. Give me the stances, not here? Oh god. But this is something I constantly... I might forget about. Come on, why is it not showing anything? No stance. It has no stance. Oh, okay. Well, in the end, yeah, we're worse off. Let's quickly. I will keep in mind. I'll read the event to you in the meantime. A good vintage. The wine produced in California has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. Oh, sure. When people say that something ages like wine, they don't always make the distinction between wine and wine. So let me make the distinction. If you can get your hands on a bottle from California, the bottle can be more than just a good time. It can be an investment. Oh la la. Prestige or wilding. I think we don't have that many vineyards over here yet. Yeah, just building them. Yeah, then we'll take the prestige for sure. Yeah, and are we moderating them? To be honest, no. I think also I'm gonna keep the Social Democrat here. I don't really mind the Social Democrat, so I think one of our next... Of course, we are missing these modifiers for the moment, mine and throughput, and no, workforce ratio and mine throughput, and we'll see that here in halfway immediately, yeah, with the balance. I guess my especially with the minting must have reduced. Yeah, I should have checked that with the 5% bonus on mine throughput. However, it's okay. It's not massive, and also I'm gonna utilize on having a Social Democrat, I guess, in the government. Or he'll be quite happy once we continue over here, since we want, for example, the regulatory bodies. As remember, and I think that's why we're passing also, we're just passing this poor law since the industrialists like it. So next time we can pass the even stronger social laws without really, yeah, shocking the industrials too much or radicalizing them. That was the idea. So I'm pretty sure we'll enact laws that the trade unions will be happy on. Yeah, expand power plants is over, but it's okay. We're not that far yet with that. Sure, we have electricity. Did we build a single power plant? Oh yeah, we did. Oh no, we didn't. In Costa Rica there's one. However, yeah, we are not in the point where electrification plays a major role for Mexico. Look at Cuba. GDP per capita number 2 worldwide. Holy moly. They do still have slaves, okay. I saw this in my thing in the last multiplayer as well. Why they're so crazy rich over here? What is so successful for them? Tooling. Are they running their... Nothing of, well, super special, I would say, but just basically no unemployed people, I assume. No, 2,000. That's basically none at a population of 3.2 million. Okay. Oh, a lot of Spaniards coming over here. Also to us, so Spain seems to be pretty annoying for most people these days. And we get the threshing machine. By removing the physical labor aspects of threshing the grain, the steam-powered threshing machine makes farming much more efficient, yeah. Also something we don't need by now. At the same time, we have the principle of population. Some intellectuals are warning that if the poor laws are not passed, an increasing population of unproductive poor will become an unmaintainable burden on society. A growing poor population is an inevitability in a society which does not attempt to control it. Some measures may seem callous to the short-sighted, but if the poor are not discouraged from multiplying, we shall soon have more starving mouths. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Shall we rather annoy the upper class or the lower strata pops? We get such a enactment chance. I would like to keep that. Let's take the lower strata pops since we just got tons of loyals over there not that long ago. Yeah, here's the counter effect, but the first one was way bigger. It's okay. And we're back at 50% over here, that's good. Would like to pass it quickly so we can actually pacify the trade union soon. In the meantime, our rubber plantations are building up. Is the price already dropping significantly? Do we see the... Where's the rubber? There's the rubber here. Yeah, it's dropping, it's dropping. Well, I think right away, so... I'm happy to start already all the exports that are possible, kinda. In the meantime... Yeah, but the convoys are also quite a situation over here. And by the way, now we've waited a bit, so maybe a year, I'm going to increase some constructions over here, just out of greed. Mere greed, nothing else. Sinaloa as well, okay. And Rio Grande maybe, yeah, since we want to build up the oil over there. 3 of them more, and the very moment we get poor laws, very nice. So, plus 20% welfare payments, how much is this going to be? We shall see in a second when it's calculated, but less political strength when they receive it. Greatly increase the attraction of the trade unions and machinists and laborers, okay. Let's wait for a second. Social, yeah, as you saw, like our expenses also went up with the increase in our construction capacity. We're over 200 right now, quite impressive. But you see over here the welfare payments, 1,000 a month. This is absolutely acceptable. In order to prevent absolute poverty, I think this is something we can do. All right, let's continue over here. We either go and forbid the child labor. A couple of people are quite against it. All these weirdos, like the rural folk in the Catholic Church, yeah. Compulsory primary school, and that's too intense. Either we go for restricted child labor, or the regulatory bodies. This would be the easier step, yeah, and as you see, the trade unions love it. And I don't want the minimum wage, to be honest, not yet. And the industrialists don't hate it that much, so they still stay above 10, plus 10. So I'm gonna try this despite only the 15%. It should at least, yeah, bring in the trade unions to happiness. That's quite, which will increase, should have a look on the minting again. Well, anything happening? Yeah, it went up, right? Yeah, it jumped at least from 137 to 141, the minting right away. This is correlate for sure, the plus 5% from the mines. Alrighty. Good to have it. And there we go, we've got corporate governance. By synergistically introducing higher degrees of streamlining, professionalization and scientification within our existing corporate culture, we can expect to leverage substantially maximized revenue and collaboratively evolve the industry through the seamless visualization of efficient initiatives. Basically, one more company, and yeah, since companies are still halfway new, I'm always excited to have a look on them. Let's see what we can get out. And let's sort them maybe by productivity. Yeah, the gold one, still, we're not having that many loans. I really don't want it. We don't want to build a lot of mines at the moment. Nah. We can go for our home good conglomerate. Metalworks. Munition syndicate. Steel. Yeah, the Guerrero Minerals. Fishing. Oh, I mean, with the fishing, to be honest, I like the convoy and the food industry throughput. If we could get there. So far, I mean, the problem out the fishing is that it's not going to be that profitable on the long term, but for the, like, let's have a look quickly how many, I'm added the mines, supporting the mines. How many food? 12. We've got 18 fertilizer plants, okay. How much coal can we build? Okay, there's still something to do. How much sulfur can we do? Maxed out here. Or just the I mean, this army one, yeah. This one is still quite interesting to get our glassworks out earlier. But since we do still have agrarism, I think I'm gonna go with one of these two. Food industries of fertilizer. Here's 20%. This is really nice in terms of the convoys. Guys, I'm gonna go for the fishery somehow. I don't know. Worst case, we could always stop it. Let me know if you would have made another decision. I like the idea of the convoys and the food industry throughput. Especially the convoys, 10% can be kind of come in quite handsome since we plan to export more and more with our growing agriculture or like, let's say, exotic fruit, rubber, and so forth economy. Are we done by rubber production? Not yet. And we get Marathi from British Raj, again the Indians. Or the Marathi, whatever you want to say. I totally forgot that we lost the Haitians from the market to the Americans, but why do you want to be part of this trash market from impoverished slaveholders legacy? I mean, you're slaveholders as well, right? No, that's Haiti. That's you're not slaveholders in Haiti. How dare I? I mean, they have universal suffrage, unlike us. This is something we're gonna go to, but still, as long as we are in front economically, and it looks like we're keeping this lead since we are growing and they are stagnating, I'm gonna celebrate that. But once again, yeah, here we come. That's one of the reasons what I said in the beginning of the video. As you have a look at yeah, the US doesn't have to. It's like a little bit debuffed in the mod also, and it just played them in the multiplayer. It takes time, but by 93, even without Oregon or the Western territories here, they are harmful since there's mines, gold mines and so forth, but they could have a GDP of 200 or something easily, I think. Or maybe 200 or 150 at least. Yeah, and then of course at some point you're not gonna lack markets, you lack resources from other places. That's the thing. Same here with France, come on. But this is like we saw this before, that Germany and Britain are doing halfway well. France is this? Jean de Bourbon. This with interventionism, and they have resources, they have France, but how can this happen? Well, it is what it is. How's Russia doing? Basically, we have the same GDP as Russia. Okay. Okay, but Russia doesn't have to have the highest. Direct action. Workers organized by the trade unions are staging short strikes and work to rule periods in an effort to pressure the government to pass the regulatory bodies law. Though their methods seem effective, they are causing major damage to our industrial economy. We have the right to be safe at work. Nobody should have to clock in wondering whether today will be the day they lose an arm or an eye. Until our safety is guaranteed, we'll not work another day. I understand this resentment quite well, to be honest. Until it's enacted, the manufacturing industry throughput, offer assurance and try to de-escalate. Yeah, we're gonna go the easy way, because a third of the production, and you never know how long this takes. So 10% I think I can bear. Let's see how this affects our... It's only manufacturing, so our agricultural and mining throughput is not affected. Okay. And there we go, just talking about the Revolucionito. And here we go, the industrialists go wild. So Jesus Villa retires. What he was, a jingoist. Okay, now we've got Gaspar Pimentel, a market liberal. Okay, I guess I could moderate him once again, but yeah. I mean, this is obviously way more serious now with the 12 voting. This idiocy is coming back. Okay, this is a revolution actually. 12%. Oh. And once again, of course, we can do these concessions, but yeah, I talked about it several times. It just seems a little bit cheaty to me, or cheesy to me, to use the concessions to avoid basically the revolutions, while this would cost us nothing since we have the consumption tax and here the concessions basically only on the tax income. So nah. Discord within the industrialists, an influential, but let's see. I will start the revolution, and at some point we can always stop and see what we can do. But it's only 9%. This is just a change in their leadership. This is also something I don't know how this is going to be in the future. There's something there where they could work on a little bit. This is a little bit extreme. Just the leader drops out and suddenly the party or the interest group turns crazy. I don't know. Anyways. An influential faction within the industrialists has grown frustrated with their co-members' non-neutrality on the topic of regulatory bodies. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I say nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone with this. Oh yeah, we're gonna go this way for sure. Here weakening the industrialists and strengthening the trade unions. That's definitely what we want to do now. Yeah, let's see how this is going. Maybe we should definitely closely observe how this revolution is going. In the meantime, since I was just reminded of the Heavenly Kingdom, and have to have a look at this weird China situation over here that I haven't seen before in Victoria as well. This I've seen before, or like in other games as well, that Britain now seems to be interested in conquering Japan. Yeah. The street side standoff. Revolutionary event over here. Troops in Costa Rica have reported more and more confrontations with belligerent mobs. Fighting will likely break out soon, even if nothing is ordered. There's only two ways to control the situation, either pull the troops back or tell them to engage. The soldier shuffled nervously where he stood, shifting the weight of his gun back and forth as he started as the crowd staring far too close by. He thought he recognized some of those faces, or he would have, if they weren't twisted in utter loathing of him in his uniform. What was he even doing? Was he standing with the right people here? And then mortality in Costa Rica, I don't care too much. Our men are professionals, they can maintain discipline where they are. Yeah, we don't have these weird, unfortunately, plus 5% over here. And we've got a rubber rush in Nicaragua. Yeah, we had this before. Honduras or Nicaragua, we can decide. 12. Oh, here's 16. And there's, so then let's go to Honduras because there's already something built up. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see where this is going, but you'll have some time to let me know your opinion on the situation, what we shall do with our revolutionaries down here. How shall we handle this market liberal Gaspar Pimentel? Out of the blue, we have this anger of the industrialists. They have been working so closely with us. Yeah, I mean, as you look in the map, the revolution is quite the entire north is basically revolutionary. So I don't want this to come to a civil war, I assume. Let's hope this is passing. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. We're gonna finish off quickly here the year, I guess, since this just makes sense to me. Crime and divinity. The reactionary leanings of many clergymen affiliated with the Catholic Church have given rise to demands to curb the political influence of Mexican religious organizations. I've made my opinions on this clear. All of the monasteries in Mexico City are not worth the life of a single Mexican citizen. Hold their temples shut and arrest clergy who resist. Yeah, come on, they can get a little bit more radical. This is not the problem, and I rather get this revolution a little bit back. We passed it to study, by the way. So passing this quickly would help us at least in getting maybe something else out that would pacify them to some extent. We get the political agitation in the meantime. By taking to the streets, political agitators rile people up, encouraging them to take political action at the first possible moment, granting us some extra authority, which is very nice. More agitators and bolstered impact and interest group attraction. It should mean that basically we have Sikh people incoming, Middle Eastern heritage, yeah, more Arabs. That the industrialists and they're shrinking further in favor of the trade unions at the moment. The Brits took over the debt of the Heavenly Kingdom, okay. And we also we saw in the past that this basically changed, right? That like the closer we got over, the more we got over 50%, the more it slowed down. So also a possibility. Yeah, we just observe how this revolution goes. But yeah, here we are in January 2nd of 1894. I guess I'm gonna continue next time. Yeah, this one we're gonna click quickly. Academic pops in Sinaloa. That should be Mexico. Yeah, Sinaloa is not so academic, right? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I want to do this. Finish this quickly. 23k. Yeah, we can do this. Alright guys, and here we are again in a cliffhanger in a revolutionary situation when we thought it was over. Anyways, yeah, or absolutely let me know down in the comments what you think, what you would do in this situation, and also what I said in the beginning. How would you like me to continue with this very project? Rather finish this, definitely finish at 1836 or find a good end and then start with a new one with spheres of influence. Let me know what you think and who you want. I'm highly grateful for any feedback and comment. And apart from this, of course, if you haven't yet, it would be fantastic if you leave me a like and subscription to support my work while yeah, it costs you nothing. Thank you so much for that, but most importantly, see you next time in the next episode with our Mexican Republic. Bye, your Strategy Wolf.